This tiny little box just might be the most powerful, affordable 4K Google TV device in South Africa. And after testing it, I'm sure it can replace your old TV and make it smarter. But this also has a hidden feature that many won't even realize. Today we're looking at the Acer AI TV Box. It's a 4K UHD streaming device. Now, what makes this device interesting is that Acer didn't just create another budget TV box. They packed it with high-end tech like AV1 decoding, Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, a 2.5 quad-core processor, Wi-Fi 6, Google TV running Android 14, all at a price that undercuts the competition. With a hidden feature, the fact that you can do remote gaming with this device because of the power that's built into it. Now, out the box, what do you get? Out the box, you get the Acer AI TV Box. Out the box, what do you get? You get the Acer AI TV Box. And what makes this so special is the amount of ports that's built in. But we'll get to that in a second. You have your remote, your Google TV remote. You get an HDMI cable, 1.5 meter HDMI cable, and a power adapter to power the device. Now, coming to the key specs with this device. The device is capable of outputting a 4K resolution, being 3840 by 2160. It has Dolby Vision Plus, like how we said, HDR10 Plus support, and also has an HDR engine built into the GPU. So this supports the refresh rates up to 75 frames per second at 4K, and it outputs standard UI frame rates, right? Now, video decoding wise, it supports AV1, VP9, H.265 as well as H.264 plus 8K at 24 frames per second decoding capabilities. Now, in terms of the device, you can see it's a small compact device with a matte chassis, right? Ideal for anywhere, and it's small, compact, and absolutely lightweight that fits in the palm of your hand. Now, like I was mentioning, this device, what makes it unique is the fact that the number of ports that are built in. So you have support for obviously a USB Type-C for DC 5 volt. You have an HDMI port supporting HDMI 2.1. You have a full gigabit LAN port, and that we'll talk about more in a second. Also supports digital audio output SPDIF, and has support for a micro SD card, USB Type-A as well as USB Type-C. Now, in terms of wireless connectivity, this supports Wi-Fi 6 and Bluetooth 5.2. So like how we mentioned, the processor is an ARM Logic S905X5M quad-core processor, A55 at 2.5 GHz. It has 2 gigs of DDR4 RAM and 32 gigs of eMMC onboard storage. In terms of operating system, like how we mentioned, this is running Android 14 with Google TV. Now, in terms of its AI engine, it has an inline NPU, the AI SR2 for AI upscaling of the video. In terms of its certifications, Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, DTS, Google certified, so that means things like DSTV Now, all of those things, as well as important support for all of our games, because it is Google certified, right? Now, some of the cool bonus features is the fact that you can expand the onboard storage thanks to the SD card that you can insert. It also has support for hands-free Google control thanks to the voice assistant, and it also has integrated support for controlling your TV and your soundbar via this device. There's also a strong security with Trust Zone and Secure Boot, and has AES, RSA, ECC, and PQC security engines built in. Now, that's a whole lot of talk. Let's go ahead and set this up. In terms of setting it up, I mean, you plug in your HDMI, plug in your power, and basically you are booted. And when the device boots, just like any Google Android device, it will boot straight into configuring of Google. So the use case and functionality of this device extends far beyond just your normal smart boxes. So for casual gamers and especially cloud gamers, this device is incredibly capable. So it can run things like GeForce Now, Xbox Cloud Gaming, the Steam Link, as well as things like PlayStation Remote Play. So this is because of the fast GPU, you get smooth performance. The AV1 encoder gives you crisp gameplay footage at low latencies with low data usage. And because of the Wi-Fi 6 and the gigabit Ethernet, you have low latency. Now, we've played a whole lot of games and we'll talk about the gameplay in a second. But for now, in terms of setting it up, obviously I have gone ahead and connected a controller. You can connect any device to play your games. And specifically what we're looking at right now is the Steam Link, because I mean, most gamers, you make use of Steam. So the way that you would go about setting this up is you would come here, you say, hello, computer, searching for a new computer, it's found the device we want to connect to, we say start playing. Then on the device itself, it'll ask you to punch in the code to establish the connection. And what I want you guys to know right now is the fact that both these devices are actually connecting via Wi-Fi, right? So it's not even connecting via a cabled connection just yet. So while we're actually waiting for this to set up and we can actually show you some gameplay, let's talk about what we did experience. So we tested out the remote gameplay both on a local network where both devices were connected to the same router over the same cable, and we saw fairly good stream rates with very little packet loss and discrepancy or like lag. And we even tested it as far as doing some wireless gaming where both the laptop and the box were over Wi-Fi. We even stretched it a little bit to the point where the laptop was on a separate network connecting over mesh, and then this is obviously via a cable to the mesh router. And there we did see some crazy lag at points, because I mean, that's how mesh networking works at the end of the day, and there was no QoS or anything like that enabled at this point. So normally when we talk about these types of smart devices, we normally say, who's this device for? It's anyone that wants to upgrade their TV. But this one is a bit different. It's different in the sense that yes, it is for people who want to upgrade, but also this specific device is for someone who wants the ability of remote gaming. And some of the use cases we can think of this is in this case of, like, say for example, at home you have two TVs, one TV in the main lounge or whatever, and then maybe a second TV in your bedroom. And the problem that you have is every time that there's visitors, you can't game. What you could do is you could get the AI TV box, and then you could have that in your room and remote game basically from your room over the local network. You couldn't connect to the PlayStation, or even if you have a PC somewhere in your house that you can't necessarily access. Think about like your parents watching TV, that type of thing, or someone else wants to use the computer. You could basically run the game from the computer. Well, obviously if someone else is using the computer, it's not necessarily going to work like that, but you get what I mean. It's like you could have your PlayStation in one room and have your games running in another without you having to go to that room. And it's not just a one-off type of scenario. You could have this in multiple houses, multiple rooms in your home, and all these different levels of use. So those are the people that it talks to, especially people who want to upgrade from those basic types of TV boxes to something a little more smarter and future-proof. And even people that are wanting premium apps in 4K like Netflix, especially cloud gamers as well. Let's not forget them. And if something to keep in mind is the fact that you have to have a reliable home network for this to very properly work. Now, in terms of pricing in South Africa, this retails for about 1,500 Rand on shopacer.co.za and also retails for about 1,299 Rand from Hi-Fi Corp and Incredible Connection. All right? It's super competitive for this level of hardware that you are getting. All right? Now, moving on to the pros and cons. Kicking us off with the pros, 4K Dolby Vision plus Dolby Atmos. The second is the AV1 support and 8K decoding capabilities. Third, Bluetooth 5.2 and Wi-Fi 6. Fourth is the fact that this has Google TV and Android 14. Fifth is the fact that we can expand the storage. And the sixth pro is the incredible price to performance ratio that you have for this device. Now, coming to the cons. The first has to be the fact that there's no USB 3.0 on this device, but there's a whole lot of ports, so let's not discredit them. Second is the fact that you have 2 gigs of RAM. So entry-level apps, so the 2 gigs of RAM is actually entry-level, and some apps might be battling, right? Third con, and I'm going to be very blatant about this. Yeah, it has a 1 gig LAN port, right? And something to mention is that there's no LAN cable included, but that's a story for another day. As much as it has a LAN port, the con that's attached to this is that you must have a decent network that will support things like cloud gaming or remote gameplay for you to be using this properly. If you don't have a strong enough or solid network, then you're obviously going to run into some problems when you try and obviously use this device. So it also forces you to upgrade your home network to match up with what you're trying to do. Now, let's make some comparisons with the Acer AI TV Box, and let's compare it to firstly the Skyward Leap S2. The Acer is faster in terms of its CPU, it has better video decoding and better software stability. If we had to compare this to the Xiaomi TV Box S, the second gen, Acer wins with Dolby Vision, AV1 and better ports and pricing. If we had to compare this to the MediaBox Neo Stick or the Maverick, Acer wins on picture quality and decoding. MediaBox wins on RAM and storage, but the price favors Acer. Now, this might be one of the best value 4K Google TV boxes in South Africa right now. Acer has delivered a powerful little device that punches way above its price point, especially with Dolby Vision, Dolby Atmos, Wi-Fi 6, the remote gameplay support, as well as the AV1 video decoding support. So, I love where this device is actually placed. And initially when I saw this device at Comic-Con, I was quite perplexed as to, okay, yeah, it's cool, it's an AI box, but the Acer AI TV Box is actually making waves, especially in the tech industry, specifically for Acer, because remember, the Acer AI TV Box was actually launched first in South Africa, and it's a South African concept that Acer is now taking to the world. So it has support for remote gameplay, cloud gaming, and all those things. And Acer Africa and Acer South Africa are making leaps and bounds, and I take my hat off to them. So guys, a huge shout out to Acer South Africa for sending out this device for me to review. And if you enjoyed this video, you can let me know by giving a like, rating video. If you aren't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss on any of our future videos. Guys, thanks for watching. My name is Prashant and I will catch you in the next video.